Hey, check it out. Fire it up Friday again. What do you know? So, today, sorry, I'm just messing around up in here. Today we're going to talk about something that's really near and dear to me when it comes to firing things up. We're going to talk about my favorite motor in the world, and my favorite motor in the world is a two-stroke motor. Now, a lot of people don't, they don't understand the difference between a two-stroke and a four-stroke. I'm sure there's a number of people that understand the difference between a chainsaw and a lawnmower. But it's the operation and the way it functions that makes it one of the most efficient and powerful engines in the world. There's never been anything quite like it, as a matter of fact. And it's unfortunate that it's being phased out nearly worldwide, at least for any engines larger than, say, maybe 50 cc's. When it comes to the two-stroke engine, instead of, like a four-stroke engine fires every second time the piston reaches top dead center. But a two-stroke engine fires every single time it reaches top dead center, which makes it by volume twice as efficient as a four-stroke engine. But the liability in having that happen is the emissions, because part of the two-stroke engine operating is that the fact that it has raw oil introduced into the combustion process, which makes them smoke. Who in the hell doesn't know? Well, maybe some of my friends in the United States don't know what a snowmobile smells like, but there's nothing quite like going out with your friends and sledding around in the middle of winter and smelling that two-stroke smell, man. There's no replacing that. So recently, and here it's like late for the mail today. Recently, the guy that works with me and I had hang on a minute here. I'll see if I can show you. So I got, you guys want to know about chainsaws, you want to know about leaf blowers, weed eaters. People bring this stuff to me and leave it here. It's like, here, we know you love this stuff. Here, have it. Sure, I got motorcycles. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 two-stroke motorcycles in here. That's an 81. That's an 82. The red and white one is an 85, and that's an 89. That was our last year in Canada. So, yeah, and anyways, so what was going on here the other day is, look at this. Is that the one? Yeah, it is right there. I'm gonna go back out here and sit down for a minute. There, I'll just do this. I'm hoping the camera doesn't overheat again like it did last time. But so we had this weed eater that a friend of mine he brought it here and he dropped it off. He's like, this thing is annoying. I've paid too many people to work on this thing and I've got no results. And so what? And I still got parts here. I got primer bulbs. I got gaskets, brand new fuel lines, brand new spark plug. So all we really did with this thing was switched out the carburetor. And so, things go wrong with these things over time. They do. They get messed up. There's diaphragms in here, rubber diaphragms that need to move, and it's not just that. It's the diaphragm, which is actually technically the fuel pump in a two-stroke carburetor. This happens to be, I think it's a Walbro. It might be a Zama. Let me look. Yeah, this is a Zama. So anyways, there's a small here where the diaphragm is, the diaphragm that oscillates based on pulses from the crankcase. That's the fuel pump. But over here, there's a small. This is a difficult thing to explain. I have been through this many, many times. This carburetor does not function the way it should because of this one little bit in here that's very difficult to get your hands on. Yeah, the Chinese carburetors, we put a Chinese carburetor on this thing and it worked just fine. There's no more problems, no more issues. So I'm not going to extol the virtues of or blow sunshine up the ass of the Chinese when it comes to stuff like this. But if I wanted to buy a new carburetor from Stihl for this weed eater, it's just about $300. This was $20. $20. Like, yeah, for like $300 divided by 20. So I can buy like 5 carburetors times 3. I can buy 15 carburetors, 15 brand new carburetors that come with, gaskets and spark plugs and fuel lines and new primer bulbs, and 15 for the price of buying it from the manufacturer. Now, I'm not saying that I think that the Chinese stuff is any better. What I'm saying is if you're looking for an alternative, it's available. And there's really no sense in, well, there is, for some people, there's an absolute sense in discarding the idea completely, because they're completely and totally opposed to China and anything that comes from it. And I totally understand that. I really do. But this is what we're going to do. I'm going to, here, we'll just rotate this here thing, and I don't know if this is going to be of any significant good here at all. This thing wants to try and fall over. That's better. And it's awfully freaking bright out here today too. Damn. So this is an FS55. The FS55 is a fairly old machine. Been around for well over 20 years. And things go wrong with stuff, not really getting any sense of how old it is. The manufacturer's label is gone to the wayside. But this was a freebie. A friend of mine brought this over here and gave it to me because he was tired of messing around with it. Okay, so it popped on choke. Come on, you. It's got a lot of compression, this old girl. The most ignorant piece of power equipment in the universe. Demystified. But apparently, this thing wouldn't work. It'll sit there and idle until the tank's empty now. that's all good. I was actually pretty happy about that. Just to see it work. Because my buddy Cam, he run that. He says, I know you can take care of this. You deal with it. I'm like, all right. There. This old girl is from 1981. Now, this here is Fire It Up Friday times 10. There. So we get back far enough without any glare on the camera. But I gotta see where the camera is pointing. Huh. Hey, what do you know? That ought to be pretty nice. This is a little, yeah. All right. Let's see if we can get this thing to run. Hasn't been run for a long time, or at least a little while. Come on, old girl. Talk to me. That's on. Choke. That's still looking good. Oops. Yeah. There's fun in every way, everywhere you go and everything you see. This just happens to be one of my loves from when I was younger. And I'm glad I still got the wherewithal to deal with it and play with it. But ultimately, you just can't go wrong. You ride one of these things, if you ever get a chance to ride an RZ350, if you're in the States, take it. And try not to hurt yourself. All right. So again, there's 81 right there. It was restored. Doesn't have a whole lot on it yet. My 89, it's been on hiatus for a while. It's pretty light on mileage too, very light as a matter of fact. And my 85 is a really nice bike, man. This bike is mint. And I bought this from a guy up in London, Ontario, and it's just unbelievably like restored, like nice job. And then this 82 came from the same guy. And this is like a TZ sort of look-alike. And I've got the complete full fairing and all the hardware to go on this to turn it into I got all these pipes up here. You know, pick a pair. Any pair. I have a feeling it's going to be these ones. I was going to put these ones on, the stainless ones here. I was going to do that, but I think those ones were intended for a 250. So we're going to use these ones. And they fit pretty good, and there's going to be no issues with that. So those are the original pipes for the 89. There's some original pipes for the RZ. And there's a set of Spec 2s, RZ Spec 2s. And I think those are RDs, but they're missing the baffles. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, guys, fired up Friday. That's going to be the end of it. You guys have a good one. I appreciate you joining in and taking a look. Gotta go. See you later.